Good pull.
You have to pump the throttle here at all to
Oh yeah.
pump the tar out of that thing. You know, you got a rod that goes back there behind his leg, comes back here. Do that some more. I want to see how that works. Look at that. Okay.
Now one of the interesting things on this,
Yeah.
the starter.
Oh,
You know,
let me see
you're
it.
used to most things. You turn a key or you press a button.
Yeah.
Here you actually lift up. If you can see this lever here, lift it up.
Oh wow. Holy cow. A little bit of smoky Joe there. Well, we're working on Old Yeller, and what I'm doing here is I'm changing out this guy here. He's the injector pump, and this is quite the beast. See right here, this is your idle speed adjuster. You know how on a carburetor you've got a little screw you can change to adjust the idle? Yeah, that's pretty exciting. And then here's where all your injector lines hook. Take a look at that. Yeah, all 8 of them, one to each cylinder. This is your cruise control, which 99% of the time doesn't work, so I'll be removing that. And let's see, that's your fuel, incoming fuel to the pump. And right here is the equivalent of your fuel bowl. You put power to this and it turns the fuel off and on when you apply and disconnect the power. This is what drives it right here. See that? See that pin? That's your locator pin. Now if you've ever got to do this, you have to pull the oil fill valve tube off of it, reach through and okay, see these 3 holes right here? Those have a bolt in them. Each one of them has a bolt, and you have to turn the motor over 2/3 of a turn to line them up to the top with the oil fill hole, because the oil fill hole is like right here. And you'll take one out, and then you'll turn it. You turn the crankshaft, and then you pull the next one out, and then you turn it again, and you pull that one out. Right there. And then this is your locator pin, so your timing's right. And that, there's 2 holes. So you see the stain from the round one here? Right there? Yeah, that's the hole you don't use. The hole that this goes in is actually not round, it's elliptical. So if you ever have to change one, make sure you get this in the elliptical hole, otherwise it won't work. Just trust me on that one. And then there's 3 bolts to go through these slotted holes, or studs, and they have nuts on them. I'll show you where those are, and that's how you adjust the timing. You've got this little mark that's right here, right there. You probably can't see that, but there's a little mark right there, and that lines up with a little mark on the engine block, and it won't be lined up exactly. Okay, you'll see right there, there's a line on each one. See if I can get that light to where it works. Anyway, there's a line on each one. You need to check where that is so that when you put it back, it goes back where you got it. Otherwise, the engine won't run. And you have to pull the intake manifold off. As you can see, I've pulled the intake manifold off because this pump is underneath. And this is what the whole thing looks like with all the injector lines going to it, and they go over the valve covers and go right into the cylinders. And the really cool thing about this is it'll run without the intake manifold on it. I have never seen an engine do that before, but this one will do that. So why don't we do that? Let's fire it up, because once you get this put together, you want to fire it up without the intake manifold, because you want to make sure you don't have any leaks. Because once you put the manifold on, those things are covered. Let me show you the manifold before we start this. Well, here's your intake manifold, and that's really all it is. You've got a connector right here and another one just like it on the other side, and as all those do is do the positive crankshaft ventilation, and you know, they might as well be running into the air cleaner because there's no real vacuum in this thing. There's no butterfly valves, there's nothing. It just collects the air together so that the you can put an air cleaner on it and filter the air. So let's watch this bad boy run. Okay, you can see there's no intake manifold. It's just the raw holes there. This I've never seen before, so let's check this out. Let's see how well it runs. Wow, that's pretty incredible. That thing fires right up and runs with no intake. Listen to her pop. That's because right in the middle, you see those small ones here? Right here, and then another one right there. Those are actually exhaust ports to come up and heat the manifold to warm it up when it's cold. Alright, well, now you've seen it. Let me get the intake back in this thing so I can take it for a test drive.